some guns come out swinging, full of hype, praise, and promises. You hear the words Glock killer, next big thing, and game changer. But then, a year goes by, and they quietly disappear from conversations. It doesn't really mean they're bad. Actually, a lot of them are pretty damn good. They just didn't click with the crowd. Maybe too early, maybe too weird, maybe too honest? In this video, we're looking at 10 pistols that could have dominated the market in 2025, but for one reason or another, they didn't. Some had design quirks, some were priced wrong, some just got forgotten in the shuffle, and one of them, honestly, it deserved to fail. And so, let's get into it. Yeah, I'm already aware that this one's gonna have some folks fired up right out of the gate. The Walther PPQ2. I thrashed it before, hard, called it forgettable, said it had no business in anyone's carry lineup, but let me be straight with you. I've shot a lot more guns since then, and I've started looking at the PPQ a little differently. It doesn't try to impress, doesn't chase trends, doesn't throw red dots or flex attachments at you. It just shoots damn well too. The trigger's still crisp, the grip's still one of the best out there, it points easy, it runs clean, and for some reason, it just feels right in the hand. That said, nobody cared in 2025. The market skipped it, Walther moved on, gun stores barely stocked them. But every time I dust mine off and put rounds through it, I catch myself smiling. It's like the gun world's version of an old Chevy truck. Ain't pretty, ain't flashy, but it still runs like hell. So nope, it didn't dominate this year, but if we're being honest, it never really tried to. I was at the range in Houston last year, and some guy walks in with a PX4 Storm like it was no big deal. Every other lane had Glocks, SIGs, Hellcats, and then this curvy sci-fi looking hammer-fired Beretta just shows up. The first reaction? I laughed. And then he let me run a mag, and I stopped laughing. That rotating barrel really does something. Soaks up recoil, stays on target, and the double action trigger, not bad once you settle into it. But here's the thing, you almost never see one. It's like the best gun nobody wanted. And now, there's word floating around that Beretta might be killing the whole line in late 2025. Folks online say it's underrated, most slept on carry gun ever. But I don't know, man. It never caught on for a reason. It's bulky, carries like a cordless drill, half the holsters out there don't even fit it right. And in a world where everyone wants slim, striker-fired, optics-ready, this thing feels like a VHS tape in a Netflix world. Still, I get the love. The folks who run them swear by them. But in 2025, it ain't dominating anything. It's surviving just on reputation and die-hard loyalty. Oh, this one's certainly gonna have some people fired up. The Effing 5.7. Everybody online acts like it's this wild secret weapon. Flat shooter, 20-round mag, little to no recoil. But here's what they don't tell you. It's loud as hell. Ammo stupid pricey, and the damn thing feels like a TV remote in your hand. I've run a few over the years. Fun? Sure. Cool? Well, yeah. But practical? Not in my world. Try carrying one of these inside your waistband during the Texas summer, and you'll last about 5 minutes before you throw it back in the safe. And unless you've got stockpiles of that 5.7 ammo sitting around, you're not even training with it regular. Now Cheat, my buddy, he's all in. Swears it's the safest shooting thing he's owned. Always brings it to the range, says he'll never sell it, and hey, that's fair. It's unique, it's got personality, but dominating 2025? Nope, nah. This one just sat on the shelves, didn't show up at classes, didn't show up in holsters. It's a gun that folks just talk about more than they shoot. Kinda like a muscle car you never take out in the rain. Cool to show off, but not the one you reach for when it counts. You ever seen a gun that just had to be good? That's what the Chiapirano 200DS was for me. The first time I saw it on the shelf, I didn't even care about the specs. I just knew I wanted to shoot it. Looked like a sci-fi prop with a real-world badge. And that design? It's clever, no doubt. Low bore axis, 6 rounds, shoots from the bottom chamber. Supposed to push recoil down instead of up. It sounded great on paper, but the moment I started running it, things got weird. The trigger, long and mushy. That grip angle, unnatural. The whole frame just fights your hand, and for something that's supposed to be tactical, it feels like it's trying too hard to be different. Now, I've shot some strange guns before, but the Rhino doesn't just feel different, it feels like it knows it's different and wants you to struggle with it. Here's the twist though. I've had more people ask me why I don't recommend it than any other revolver. They want me to say something nice about it, and honestly, I respect the innovation. Chiappa tried something bold here, but in real-world use, it's not winning carry spots, it's not winning competitions, and it sure as hell isn't dominating 2025, that's for sure. Most folks who bought it tried it once, posted a photo, and then shelved it, and I really do get why. For the price, you could have picked a revolver that actually feels like one. The Rhino isn't necessarily a bad gun, it's just a reminder that not everything futuristic turns out functional. Man, for a cheap little 22, you really can't go wrong with the Firefly. That's what a guy at my local shop told me, and I wanted to believe him. It looked like a sick mosquito, even felt decent in the hand. Lightweight, simple controls, good grip texture. Honestly, I thought I'd found a hidden gem, but from the very first range trip, it was trouble. Stovepipes, slide not locking back, failure to feed, failure to eject. You name it, this thing found a way to jam up even with CCI mini mags. And sure, I cleaned it, lubed it, ran it wet, ran it dry. It just never gave me a full mag without some kind of hiccup. And here's the twist. Online, you'll find tons of folks defending it. Runs great with the right ammo, just needs a break-in period, mine's flawless, and maybe they're right. Maybe I got a lemon, but I've handled a lot of budget 22s over the years, and this one just didn't earn the hype. It's not even the fact that it's cheap. I've had Heritage Rough Riders run circles around this thing. The biggest problem is trust. I can't hand this to a first-time shooter, and nor can I trust it for training. And when a gun makes you flinch before you pull that trigger, that's a red flag. The Firefly was supposed to be fun, but for me, it was just frustrating right out of the box. It didn't just fail to dominate 2025, it failed to even finish a session. Let's change it up a bit. The Celtic KSG, that wild-looking bullpump shotgun everyone thought would take over the tactical scene. Dual mag tubes, 13 rounds, short as a truck dashboard. It looked like the future, but man, it just ain't smooth. The pump is rough, the reloads are clunky, and short stroking it is almost a guarantee you're not paying attention. I've seen more people jam this thing at the range than actually enjoy it. And yep, some folks swear it just takes practice, but when the pressure is on, you don't want practice standing between you and a clean shot. It had all the hype at first, but in 2025, the KSG is still more cool than it is dependable. If I have to pick between a Mossberg 590 or this, I ain't reaching for the sci-fi blaster. I don't carry the G3C, never did. It's not because of the price. I love it when budget guns work, but this one didn't earn my trust. First few hundred rounds, I had weird little problems. Hesitation on reset, occasional failure to feed. Nothing catastrophic, but just enough to bug me. First few hundred rounds, I had weird little problems. Hesitation on reset, occasional failure to feed, nothing catastrophic, but just enough to bug me. I remember one jam during a defensive drill that stuck in my head longer than it should have. That was kind of the last straw. And when it comes to a carry gun, just enough is enough. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not blind. I've seen the fan base. A ton of you stand by it. I've had people message me saying they've put thousands of rounds through theirs without a single hiccup. And hey, if your run's clean, respect. I'm not going to argue your experience. I even had one subscriber say it outperformed his Glock 26 in cold weather. But I can only speak for mine, and mine made me second guess it. That's all it took. The G3C was close to being the king of budget carry. Real close. But in my world, if you hesitate before holstering something for real life use, that's a gun that didn't dominate. I'm not so much a big fan of Ruger. I've always wanted to love the Ruger LCR. I mean, how many revolvers actually feel modern? It's light, real light, polymer frame, smooth lines, decent DAO trigger. It's everything a backup gun should be. But here's what hit me. The lighter it gets, the harder it is to run. That thing bucks hard with 357. Even with 38, you feel every bit of it. I had one in the glove box for a while. Thought it'd be a set it and forget it type of deal. But honestly, every time I trained with it, I came away more frustrated than confident. And then there's the grip. Either too small to control or too big to conceal, depending on which version you get. My buddy Jeet still carries his, swears by it, says it saved his skin once when something went sideways near a gas station late one night. I believe him. It's small, it's simple, it can work, but, and there's always a but, it never took over. And in 2025, most folks are trading up for something with more control and less bite. The XTM Elite. Man, this one had the whole internet buzzing. You would think it was the second coming of polymer pistols the way some folks hyped it up. But here's the weird part. I've never seen one in the wild. Not at the range, not at the shop, not even in someone's glove box. It's like all that hype lived on YouTube comment sections and disappeared in real life. I don't personally know a single guy who actually bought one. I've held one, sure. Felt alright, decent trigger, good grip texture, clean slide cuts, but that's where it all ends. It doesn't have a following, doesn't show up in carry rotations, nobody talks about it unless they're trying to sell it. I don't really think it's bad, it just never had that thing to make people switch over. In 2025, this one was all noise, no footprint. A ghost gun in the literal sense. But what do you think about it? This one came close, real close. The Mossberg MC2C had potential. Slim, clean lines, solid ergonomics. But somewhere along the way, it just got buried. No one talks about it, and it barely shows up in stores. Even Mossberg seems like they forgot they made it. It's a shame really, because this thing could have been a hit. But in 2025, it's practically invisible. Funny how some guns show up loud and just disappear, not because they're bad, but most of the time, they're just forgettable. Sometimes it's timing, sometimes it's hype, and sometimes the gun runs fine, but nobody ever cares. Now, I'm not saying these were total flops by any means, but they sure didn't take over. This has been Steve here. Let me know in the comments which ones you think deserved better or which ones we still gave too much credit. I'll see you in the next one.